Hello ladies and gents, I am Jaylyn Renee. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so by clicking the button down below. So today's video is going to be a makeup video where I was digging through my makeup organizing and I came across some older products that are just like were just staple to me when I started doing my makeup. And I actually sat down and did a face with them, and I was like, when I tell y'all my face was beat and flawless, it was absolutely beat and flawless. I also watched one of Jackie Ina's videos on Soft Glam, and she used all drugstore products. And I just remember loving that video so much and like being stuck on that face for months. So I am going to do a face with some old school products. I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm using, and I hope you guys like today's video. If you have any questions about anything, just comment down below, because I'm just going to go ahead and just get in my groove and start doing what I do. Okay, so let's start. I've already did my brows. Oh, and by the way, this face is going to be matte. I love a matte face in general, but for the summer, I definitely focus on like matte faces. Most of my products are going to be aimed towards matte. Now, I am using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer right now to prime my eyes, but I'm telling you guys, like, most of my face is going to be really matte. I am going to use that concealer on top of some matte concealer today, but overall I'm going with the matte face. Okay guys, don't be afraid to practice like the faces that you want to achieve for whatever different season is in. It's very important. I do have combination skin, but I just overall prefer a matte face better than a dewy or a luminous face. So today for eyeshadow, I'm going to be going back and forth with the Morphe's. This is Morphe's 9T palette. This was one of my favorite palettes ever. It's just so basic but beautiful. Like, look at those colors, really neutral, like very beautiful. I just love how everything is very neutral and doable and usable. You can use this for eternity, literally. And then another one I pulled out was the Milani's Bold Obsessions 02 palette. I know it's it's dirty, guys, but bear with me. But look how pretty this one is. This one more so reminds me of fall, so I probably won't be dipping in this one too much, but I just got it by standby just in case. So guys, I'm really doing like a really basic eye. I'm not going to be doing too much on the eye. I'm taking this fluffy brush and I'm gonna go in to this color. I don't think the colors on this palette have names or anything, so I'm just going and I'm gonna buff it on my outer portions of my eye. I'm pretty sure the 9T palette is still available. The Morphe one, I'm not sure about the Milani one, but it's definitely something you can find similar. Next, I'm going to take a a little bit more denser brush And I'm going to go in to this lighter shade here. And I'm just gonna buff that in to the tighter part of my crease, just to lighten it up a little bit. And then I'm just gonna work it all on my lid. This is gonna be a really simple eye, guys. Nothing too complicated. I definitely want to keep it like a neutral look. I don't want to do something that's like too much. Forget what I mean. I feel like this eye is way darker. I don't know what's going on with that, but I can fix it. I'm just going in back in this eye and deepening it up a bit. I think that it had another shadow on it, so I think that was what was causing it to be like much more deeper. Alright, so I'm pretty good with the eyes for now. Again, something really basic, really easy. Now I am going to do something that I haven't done in a while, and that's like line my eyelids. Haven't done it in a while. I'm not even going to do like a V-line. I'm just going to do a basic line. Guys, the whole like V-line used to be my thing, but I don't know. I just got over it. Like, I think once I got like into the more neutral makeup looks and, you know, just like neutral colors on the eyelids and not necessarily color, I kind of let the whole wing liner thing go. This is by L'Oreal Paris. This is one of my favorite liners. It's so easy to work with. Do you see that tip on there? It's just so easy to work with. So if you're still into the wing liner thing, I would highly recommend it. Alright guys, so my lashes are currently drying, so I'm gonna let those dry and pop those on, and then I'll show you guys which lashes I've been using. I tell y'all, I have tried so many different types of mascara. I really think my eyes just don't like it because I always like get eye irritation. But Lash Paradise by L'Oreal is like one of my favorite ones as far as what it does for my lashes. Hopefully my eyes don't get irritated. But yeah, this is what I usually do use when I wear mascara. You probably have seen me not wearing mascara a lot, but that's why, because I don't want my eyes to get super irritated. All right, so lashes are on, and actually guys, I threw the box away, so I will put the name of the lash down here, but they're from the beauty supply store. I'm drawing a blank on the name and I buy them all the time, so my bad. But yeah, so here's the lashes. Super cute. Like I said, a really easy face. Well, a really easy eyeshadow look. Two shadows and you're good. Let's get into what really shocked me, the complexion, guys. So for setting powder today, I'm going to be using a combination of 3 different ones. So they're all out of the Maybelline Fit Me line. These are so good. So I have the shade Medium Deep, I have this shade Deep Fiance, and I have the shade Dark. Okay, so what I like to do is mix all 3 of these together, guys, and it literally creates magic. So I mix all 3 of these together to powder my face before applying foundation. It just helps my face with controlling oil, and it literally just allows my foundation to apply so flawlessly. So I'm gonna mix those 3 together, and I just use like one of the caps. So this is the dark, so I'm gonna just take a little bit of that and like sprinkle it on there. If you can see how much I got on there, not that much. And I'm gonna do the same for the rest. So same cap, the dark one, and I'm going to I just feel like there's enough for these powders. I just felt like there wasn't a color that was perfect for me. Like I would either look too the color would be off if I just use like just one of these. That's why I have all 3 of them, because I was really like desperate to try to find a shade that matched. But I just had an idea to mix them all together and it worked perfectly. So they're all mixed together, and what I'm gonna do is just dab into the cap and just spread it all over my face, guys. And I really, especially for the summertime and me wanting a matte face, I just make sure I get my entire face. Pay a lot of attention to my smile lines because I do crease there often. And get the forehead. Look how like smooth my face looks. Like it looks really good. Like if I was a powdery, like super powdery type of girl, like I could probably get away with just wearing this, like literally. All right, and next, woo, this is one of like a timeless product, guys. Like I just cannot, like I'm going to get another one because this one is probably empty, but this is the Maybelline's Superstay Stay Matte Foundation. Oh my gosh, I think the matte ones all have the white tops, but we all know the magic of this. Like even now, like having a collection of like higher end foundations, this baby is very comparable to them. Like this baby can stand right alongside of them. It's just so good. So I'm in the color 340 Cappuccino. I did look online because I wanted to order another one, and for whatever reason I was having trouble finding this color. So I don't know if they rebranded the colors. I don't know if they rebrand the colors or what, but yeah, I'm have 340 Cappuccino here, so Cappuccino I would just say. So what I'm going to do before I start applying my foundation is I'm going to spray the Milani Make It Last spray. This is just a great spray, always have used it. This isn't the, yeah, this is just the regular OG one. It doesn't have the SPF infused in it. But I just like to spray that, especially after applying that powder. What you guys will realize with this routine that I'm doing, I am going to be spraying like the Make It Last spray a lot because of the powder, okay? So powdery, I feel like when you use like a powder, when you use a lot of powder, especially for your summer phase, it can feel kind of heavy on your face compared to what I do in the winter. So I just want to make sure that I do still have some moisture in my face. I don't want to suck everything out. All right, so let's go ahead and apply this. Why? And I'm taking a Real Techniques beauty blender, and I'm just gonna spray a little bit more of that spray on there, and we're gonna get to job. We're gonna get to going. Look how flawless. I mean, I'm just really, wow. I'm just really speechless at how flawed. Like when I got to this point of the routine, I knew I was gonna have to share this with you guys. I just realized that going into my concealer, I did use the Fenty Beauty concealer. So I did use that first. This is in the shade 390. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that and blend it out. I don't really remember being like head over heels with this concealer, but I'm not seeing like an issue with it either. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute, and then once I blend this concealer out, I'm gonna go back in with the e.l.f. again, the e.l.f. hydrating concealer. So I don't want, again, everything to be super duper matte. So going back in with this hydrating concealer works perfectly, and it's a little bit lighter just to give me a little bit of more brightness. So let's do it. I also like to use whatever beauty blender I use to blend in my foundation. I like to use it also for my concealer. Mainly because I used to have like a really hard time with my concealer lifting from my foundation, and I found that if I use the same beauty blender, I wouldn't have that problem. So since I found that out, like I've always kind of used the same beauty blender. Beautiful. Now, again, I'm going to go on top of that with the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. Alrighty, so we're all blended out. Face is looking good. You can see that pop of highlight. So now we need to set. So for setting, for the medium deep and the deep, I use the medium deep cap to mix those two. So those are the two that I'm going to mix today to get a powder to set. Mixy, 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 mixy. Now here's a beauty blender, well, a body blender, and I cut it in half. Well, it more so fell apart and I can still use it, so I kept it. But I'm just gonna dip in here and kind of take off some of that excess, and we're gonna go right on in. And I just gently buff. I really make sure I do this really gently. I don't want to do it too hard or anything like that. Remember, I also go into my smile lines. And I'm kind of moving fast with doing this because I don't necessarily want to bake. I just want to get it on there. I think I was never really a baking girl. I mean, I tried it and it really wasn't my cup of tea. So, and we're gonna go right under there and scoop it. And again, I'm like gently patting, like gently. You don't need a lot of this, guys, and really you want to make sure you control it. This way it's nothing like left over, or you're not like leaving patches or anything. You want like a really smooth, really smooth. Now, you guys didn't see me put concealer up here, but I am just going to put a little bit of powder up there. Okay, so now we are powdered down, child. So we're going to go back to that Milani spray. I told you guys. I held it back here and sprayed it. I used to do this and ruin my makeup. So make sure you're spraying it further back. Okay, so now we're gonna go into bronzing the face, putting some color back in it. Now there's literally so many OG bronzers that you can use. Today I'm gonna be using the Glamour Bronze from Morphe in the shade Originator. I haven't used this in forever. See that? But for honorary mentions, I will mention the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. Woo! The girls ate this up. Do y'all remember this palette? It's still so good. Like, I am going to be using all of this stuff, like, literally. And then another palette I had to mention. I tell people about this palette all the time. I actually found mine organizing my makeup, but this is the Morphe 8D face palette. I love this palette. Like, this palette just is so good. It's actually too deep for me, but I just love this whole bottom row, and sometimes I just try to mix like these 3 shades together. So this one, this one, this one, to get like the perfect bronze. I do need to just go get the one that is for my tone. I believe this is like the deep dark one, so yeah, deep glam. But I just love this palette. It's so versatile. You can use it for just so many things, so I highly recommend it. So as I mentioned, today we're going to use the Glamour Bronze by Morphe, and I'm just using like an angled brush here, guys. And let's talk about brushes. All my brushes are super affordable. I get my brushes from Five Below. I get my brushes from Amazon. I get them from Shop Miss A, because they have like a lot of good brush sets. But I've never spent like, I don't recall ever spending more than $20 on like a brush set, literally. Like, and I know some people spend like $20 on just one brush. So that's just my opinion. I feel like you can get the same thing, you know what I mean? I just rather buy like a higher end foundation or something like that versus spending $40 and $30 on a brush. That's just me. I'm also gonna bronze up my forehead. I need to start doing this. I haven't done it. I just never have really done it, but I do need to start doing it. I do really want to deepen this up. I do want to deepen my bronzer up. So let's see. I'm trying to keep it like where you can just go in like Walmart or Walgreens and pick the products up. I know you can get Morphe from Ulta, but I ain't even gonna go there. So I just took the deepest shades out of the Black Radiance palette. I took this one and just fluffed it in mine, and I'm gonna just go back over the parts that I just bronzed. There we go. Wake the girls up a little bit more. So now I'm going to take mascara and I'm going to go ahead and coat my bottom lashes. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm scared to do stuff like this because of how my eyes react. But we're going to see. Some water. Aren't these little cups cute? Off topic. Alright, now I need some blush, and that's one thing I noticed that like I really lacked, just in general, like not even just like having them from the drugstore or whatever. I just lack blush. Like I really need to go on a blush shopping spree. I think it's mainly because I just like, I'm the type of girl that like uses eyeshadow and stuff for blush. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going into the Milani, the Bold Expressions palette, and I'm going to take me a blush brush, and I'm going in to these 2 shades. I kind of want an orangey blush. I love orange blushes, and orange and pinks are like pretty much all I wear. So yeah, and I'm just going to buff that in. Look how pretty. That's really cute. I've never tried that combo before, so that's something I'm seeing for the first time. I used a different blush when I first did this look, so I'm kind of gonna do some circular motions here. And fear not, we still are doing some face powder, so. Yes. Next, I'm going to take some of my setting powder on a big fluffy. I'm going to take some of my setting powder on a fluffy face brush, and I'm just going to tap the excess. Make sure y'all get that excess off, because it do be a lot. And then I'm just going to buff everything all in together, just really lightly. Take a little bit more to do the top. And just do this until you're satisfied, until you feel like everything is all blended out. Maybe you can just put a little bit on your neck. And one thing I always forget to do is, like, after applying all that powder and stuff, is like make sure my lashes are in place. I find that I really forget to do that a lot. So, and here we are. Isn't it like, I'm obsessed. Spraying some more Milani spray because I'm feeling a little bit dry since I've added some more powder. So that feels better. And then for a lippy liner, it's in the shade brown, guys. Just a basic brown liner. And then I'm going to take two of the NYX's Butter Glosses because they had the girls in the headlock then, and they have the girls in the headlock now. Ain't nothing changed. I'm taking Cinnamon Roll and Madeline. I'm going to add Cinnamon Roll first because it's a darker shade. So brown skin girl friendly, guys. Like a more lighter lip. I feel like this is like a more fall lip. So let's just add that Madeline at the top of that. So y'all see, giving the girls face, giving the girls class, giving the girls what they need, okay? I'm about to do my hair and I will be right back for my final thoughts. But you're giving me back.